In a calculated demonstration of power, Russian President Vladimir Putin has launched a major nuclear exercise, highlighting his commitment to protecting Russia's sovereignty amid rising global tensions.
I will immediately note that Russia confirms its fundamental position that the use of nuclear weapons is an extremely exceptional measure to ensure state security. At the same time, we are well aware that it is the nuclear triad that continues to be a reliable guarantor of the sovereignty and security of our country, allows us to solve the problems of strategic deterrence, as well as maintain nuclear parity and the balance of power in the world as an objective factor in global stability.
The exercise, simulating a massive retaliatory nuclear strike, involved the launch of ballistic and cruise missiles, timed as tensions escalate over the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Putin virtually addressed military officials, calling nuclear weapons the ultimate guarantee of our sovereignty, and stressing the importance of these exercises in response to global instability. Defense Minister Andrei Belousov emphasized that the drills serve as a clear reminder to the West that Russia will deter any threat to its security.
Comrade Supreme Commander-in-Chief, in accordance with the training plan of the Russian Armed Forces, under your leadership, a training exercise on command of the Russian Armed Forces is being conducted, during which the Strategic Offensive Forces will train launching a massive nuclear strike in response to a nuclear strike by the enemy.
This exercise comes at a critical juncture. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's recent remarks, initially interpreted as hinting at nuclear ambitions, sparked global alarm before he quickly clarified his position.
Comrade Supreme Commander-in-Chief, the following are involved in the training: a strategic missile submarine of the Pacific Fleet, a YARS mobile ground-based missile system of the Strategic Missile Forces, a strategic missile submarine of the Northern Fleet, 2 Tu-95 MIS strategic missile carriers of long-range aviation.
Speaking alongside NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Zelensky dismissed nuclear aspirations, referencing Ukraine's disarmament under the 1994 Budapest Memorandum.
Sometimes we create ourselves problems. Now you began to do it. So we never spoke about that we are preparing to create nuclear weapon or something like this. I said that when Budapest Memorandum was signed by very honorable very powerful nuclear countries, there was written that Ukraine gives nuclear weapon and Ukraine will have from these very respectable countries, including those time Russia, China, United States, including them.
Zelensky highlighted the failure of the Budapest Memorandum, pointing to Russia's annexation of Crimea and current operations in Ukraine as evidence of broken security promises. Despite Zelensky's clarification, the incident highlighted tensions between Ukraine and NATO, with the alliance hesitant to offer full membership. NATO continues to pledge military support, but has not set a timeline for Ukraine's accession. Russia views NATO's expansion as a direct threat, fueling its concerns over Western interference in regional stability.
This is a dangerous provocation. It's not difficult to develop nuclear weapons today, and while Ukraine may struggle, it's still possible. Any such move would meet with a decisive response.
Putin leveraged Zelensky's remarks as a warning, declaring that any Ukrainian pursuit of nuclear capabilities would provoke a strong Russian response. While the West continues to supply Ukraine with military aid, Putin signaled that Russia remains open to negotiations, referencing a 2022 peace draft from talks in Istanbul, but only if Ukraine acknowledges Russia's control over annexed territories. Russia is also considering mediation offers from allies like China and Brazil, who have called for a resolution that balances Russia's security concerns with sovereignty issues. This week's nuclear drills underscore Russia's commitment to maintaining a formidable deterrent against potential threats. Putin reiterated that Russia's nuclear arsenal is a reliable guarantor of national security, reflecting his commitment to defending Russia's interests. NATO's reluctance on Ukraine's membership has deepened Russia's skepticism of Western intentions. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a NATO member with close ties to Moscow, expressed concerns over Zelensky's nuclear illusions.
It didn't seem to me during negotiations that Ukraine seriously intended to become a nuclear power. It's hard to imagine, but even the idea is enough to raise alarms.
For many European leaders, Orban included, the mention of nuclear proliferation has raised alarms about NATO's fragmented security guarantees.
The fact that even a vague, unconfirmed, or non-existent Ukrainian nuclear plan can create such panic speaks to the gravity of the situation.
While NATO hesitates on Ukraine's membership, it continues to provide military aid, reinforcing Russia's critique of the alliance's inconsistent approach. Putin has pledged to modernize Russia's nuclear and conventional forces, underscoring Moscow's resolution to safeguard its strategic interests.